Welcome back everybody to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into it, guys. On Microsoft, it's up 1.18%, so Microsoft going over to 20, and that actually opens the door for a move up to 50-day moving average 435.65, and maybe even this gap comes into play 443. Now, critical level to watch going into tomorrow's session and next week, we need to hold somewhere here. 20-day moving average 417 and 420. We need to hold somewhere here. As long as we're above 20-day moving average, that is still bullish, and we can make a move up to this 50-day moving average 435.65, and maybe even up to this gap 443. So watch out for that. Maybe some sort of a consolidation, some sort of a bull flag right here, and from there this thing can take off up to this 50-day moving average, and from there this gap here at 443. Now on a bear case, if this thing actually gets under 417.58 and also comes back down to 413 and does not hold, in that case you're going to see this gap getting filled at 408.76, and from there this thing can go much lower, and this would be a nice daily lower high before we actually put in a new low. On AMD, it's up 4.70%, so the same eyes leading the way, and you can see we talked about it in my video before that 138 breaks, you're going to see a quick trip up to this next resistance right here, 148, and this is exactly what we got, bit of a rejection, and now trading near 148. So AMD breaks over 148, the next stop, this gap 153.80, and from there 155, and then this big resistance right here 164. Now to the downside, we get some sort of a pullback. Watch out, AMD needs to hold in between 140 20-day moving average and this critical support at 138. Underneath that level, you're going to see a flush again down to 125. On Meta, it's up 2%, and Meta getting up to brand new all-time highs. I mean, it's almost there, guys. Almost 540 today, and we talked about it. The longer time we spend over 520, we get that breakout. You're going to see 531, and over 531, the next stop 538, and you can see how well that is actually happening. But would I be chasing this move here on Meta? Absolutely not. This is definitely where we can see a double top on Meta. No confirmation yet. Let's see what happens next. But if you look at my screen, the context of this thing, the way it's going up, it's definitely bullish, and we can definitely make another all-time high. So the longer time we spend over, I would say anywhere from 518 to 520, we can definitely hit a brand new all-time high, and that could be over 542.81 to 551. Now, if this is gonna be where this thing gets a rejection, 538, watch out for this critical support 531, and if that gives up, the next support 525, 520, and then this gap fill 518 will act as a support also on Meta. So Netflix going up also 0.23%. It was up all morning up to 673, and just like I said before that this thing can come up to this 50-day moving average. We got the breakout. This thing ran up to 673, and now pulling back, retracing, because this upper Bollinger Band not fully extended, so now came back and pretty much holding near 664. So I would say 664 is gonna be the level to watch on Netflix. Underneath that level, that opens the door for a move down to retest 50-day moving average 652.43, and this is where this thing needs to hold. Otherwise, we could see a dump off again back down to 630. The longer time we spend over, I would say 664, there is a huge chance this Bollinger Band will expand, and you're going to see the next stop 680 and then even 700. On Apple stock, it's up 1.35%, and talking about head and shoulder pattern, maybe a rising wedge, bear flag, well, it happened before, and I'm not gonna shy away from this, guys. It happens all the time. You see a bear flag, you see a head and shoulder pattern, and it's actually playing out to the upside, which is insane. So, I mean, sometimes you would think that technicals, they work all the time, but sometimes they don't. And this is a good example. You can see, I mean, this bear flag did play out here. We got this head and shoulder pattern we got this rising wedge. I mean, I'm not completely saying that it cannot come down, but I mean, look at this move. I mean, insane move from, what was it, 196, now trading at 225. Huge move. Now, here on Apple stock, if you look at my screen, we got over 220, so that is looking extremely bullish for a move up to 225. And soon as we get over 225, this level, this thing can run up to 230, and then this gap possibly getting filled at 232.33. Now, Apple comes back and this thing can hold anywhere from, I would say, 220 to 218 20-day moving average. As long as the support can hold, this could be your dip buying opportunity and play to the upside up to this gap, 232. Now, if this thing cracks under, this is going to be your stop loss on a pullback, 217 50-day moving average. Below that, you're going to see a dump off, and this thing can come down all the way back down to 207, and possibly from there can go much lower. On Tesla stock, it's up 6.34%, so Tesla had a massive day today, and this thing definitely got that breakout over 212, but not over 20-day moving average right here, which is sitting at almost 216. So it's not fully out of the woods yet, but I think the goal here on Tesla, the longer time we spend and we get that breakout over this 20-day moving average, which is sitting now at near 216, that is going to be a bull case for a run up to this gap, 245.63, but we do not have that confirmation right now. Still, you can see it's kind of bear flagging right here. And if this is where to play out, we must get a rejection here at 216, and we did today. You can see it right here. And also, Tesla needs to take out this support 212, and if that happens, the next support 207, and then 200. Soon as we get under 200, there will be a lot more selling back down to 183. So Tesla, yes, it looks good. We might get that breakout, but we're not completely out of the woods yet to say that Tesla going up and possibly filling this gap from earnings at 245.63. We need that confirmation breakout over 20-day moving average, and it needs to hold over that level. On Amazon stock, it's up over 4%. So, I'm not going to show you guys anything. I'm not going to share a whole bunch of plays. It just actually takes a lot of my time. But this was a fantastic play. I actually took Amazon calls yesterday at 169, taking in the money calls 170. And we actually closed at 170. Calls were green. And today, even though I sold past 175, 170 calls, I made money. This thing ran and ran all the way up to 178. So this was a fantastic play. And there is so many other plays, and especially if you guys are serious about trading and you are really into trading, I'm not talking about some window shopping, guys. Not, try 2 days and then give up. Not those kind of trading. If you're serious, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon, and it worth every penny. Now, here on Amazon stock, we talked about it before that Amazon holding 167, we might see a move up to 173, and if that breaks, this gap comes into play, and this is the way Amazon definitely going. Now that we are over 173, over 20-day moving average 175, that is still looking extremely bullish for a move up to 180, and then possibly filling this gap under 182 in the short term. Now, if you look at it, from long term, we're still in a downtrend. It's looking bullish on this shorter time frame, on daily time frame, but we're not completely out of the woods yet until we actually take out, I would say, this downtrend, which is going to end over 185, and we're pretty far away from 185, right? We can get a pullback, definitely. So we're not completely out of the woods yet, but if you actually bought shares that I did here, and even the calls last few days, this thing is up over $7. Massive payment on this one. Now, Amazon gets a pullback, there will be support at 175, 173 to 172, this gap down here, that's going to be a strong support. As long as this support can hold, you can actually play this to the upside right here. Now, if it gets under this level right here, 173, and stays under, in that case, this is a lower high, and we might be going for a new low. Watch out for the next support, 167, and then 160. On Google stock, it's up 0.70%, so Google is up on the day, but it's not looking too hot like some of the other big names. So Google here might be an opportunity to buy the dip. I already got some shares, and I actually played some calls yesterday, did not buy any today. and we actually cashed out this morning pretty much at opening. Now Google here, if you look at my screen, so far holding and respecting 162, so that is going to be your line in the sand. But if that's out, the next stop 155 to the upside. Next resistance right here on Google stock will be 5-day moving average right here, which is sitting at 164. There will be also resistance at 165.55, and over that level you will see a move up to 170.51 to close this gap on Google. So there might be some opportunities right here on Google stock. Even though that trend is down, this is a big name and it can actually get a big bounce in a big way, just like Amazon did. Just because it's coming down does not mean that this thing will just continue to go down. This is a big name, guys. So Google might be your next play, as long as this thing you can give some time. I'm not talking about some day trade in and out. You go in and the next day you're making 5x 10x. No, not those kind of plays. But if you're trying to buy and hold maybe a longer term swing trade, this would be a nice setup right here on Google stock. On Nvidia stock, it's up 4%. So Nvidia, now I see a lot of people talking about Nvidia bullish and let's just go and buy it. A lot of FOMO out there, and now it's just not the right time. Now we called it, and a lot of you guys that are subscribed to my channel, you know that we call this double top, and then I said wait for this neckline to break. It did, and then we got the retest, then came back, went down even more. We also called it that under 107, $98 to $96 can come, and we got this mega gap down, and this is where I actually loaded up, and now my shares are up $26 a piece, and now the stop loss is reset at 118, and just continue to ride this rally on Nvidia stock. So this is how you play it if you're chasing now, because now you're seeing an opportunity like, oh, this thing is up, I thought it was gonna go down even more. Well, you missed out already completely on this mega run right here on Nvidia, and now you're chasing. So don't be chasing anything right now. Everything is gone. The dip is definitely gone, and now wait for a pullback if there is one coming very soon. On Nvidia stock, going into tomorrow's session and Monday, critical level to watch 117.85, and only under that level you're going to see a lot more selling, possibly down to this critical support right here near 113 and then 107. The longer time we spend over 118 or 117.85 to be exact, the next stop and the resistance 126 and then 130 on Nvidia stock. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching.